everybody. Whew, what a day. I was going to say I wanted to say something quick. Y'all know if you've been here before, y'all know that ain't going to happen. It ain't going to be quick or linear. We're going to circle around. Mostly I wanted to say thank you to everybody who's been sending me good thoughts. I'm looking at this and I'm remembering I saw a tutorial. I'm old. I'm supposed to hold the camera different than this. Different angle. Oh well, we're stuck with this. I wanted to send everybody who has been thinking about me, praying for me, asking me how I'm doing, offering support, praying for me. Did I mention praying for me? I wanted to say thank you to everybody. It's been rough. It's been rough. I have missed half or just over half of my days at work over the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's been difficult. To back up a little bit in case y'all don't know, my sister and I, she's 5 years younger than me. I'm 61, so she's 55, 56, 56. Who does math? I'm a social worker. I don't do math. So she's younger than me, and we have always thought that my grandmother and my mother had the same or a similar disease, autoimmune kind of thing, and my sister got it. I had some of the symptoms as a child, my clumsiness, but others of my symptoms in my mid-20s. My symptoms pretty much held off. They weren't terrible. I mean, I had this weakness. Knife community guys know that I complain about this weakness, and I need my ulu fastener to be longer, the leather piece, and I needed a pry bar so I can open things like coffee bags and pill bottles and bleach bottles and stuff, because I have no strength in my hands whatsoever. So my sister, and I don't want to tell too much of her story, but I want to tell enough that you guys understand why I'm so excited about today. My sister has been battling this for, I don't know, 10 years. I lose track of time. More than 10 years. And she is on full disability from it. She has a really rough time, and she's been battling it, the bad parts of it, for a very long time, and I don't know how she does it. My really bad parts didn't start until 2021, after I got the vaccine. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I am also super pissed that I was forced into getting a vaccine if I wanted to keep the job that I love with the kids I love working with. So my flare-ups, I was having some worsening problems, but not like after the vaccine. It got super bad. And I don't want my channel to be a debate about politics one way or another, because I have my beliefs, and my political beliefs probably seem strange to a lot of people. I don't care. I got here because of my journey in life. I've been on the far left, feminist, far left, liberal, and I've been pretty far right. And now I think that it's all kind of a Orwell kind of thing, that there's people even above Biden and Trump, Hillary and Kamala. There's people above that control it all, like some kind of chess game, and I'm sure they make a lot of money off of it. However, the part where I will speak up a little bit sometimes, and I know people don't ever understand me, is if you complain about echo chambers, just repeating the echo and repeating misinformation and that kind of thing. If you complain about that and then you do it, especially about children's, like the world that I work in, I'm going to be irked. If you say you're all inclusive, but really you're not, if you're all-inclusive feminist, but you don't support women who are stay-at-home moms who take care of their husbands and the kids in the house and that, and you don't support them, then you're not all-inclusive. So don't say you are. It's hypocrisy that I can't stand. So I don't want my channel to be where we argue about politics, because we get enough of that drama and negativity and fighting, conflict, horrible attitudes outside of here, okay? But I am very aware that my problems started progressively, quickly deteriorating or getting worse, or whichever way you want to say it, after I had the vaccine. So we have this mystery problem. My sister's been going through all kinds of testing for all these years. Couple years, right after the vaccine, I went to a rheumatologist to try to get, I thought this stuff's flaring up bad, and I don't want to have it get worse, so I'm going to go that was not even the nothing burger. That was disrespectful doctor. And so then I laid off until I started falling so bad. I trip and fall all my life. I look kind of like a drinker all my life, but it's gotten worse. And when I had to go get glue in my scalp because I fell and hit my head so hard, and then again, when I did a belly flop in the hallway at work, really hard belly flop for no reason, I decided I wanted to pursue this a little bit. So I've been going to a wonderful, my primary care doctor. I call him a doctor because he's so knowledgeable and helpful, but he's some people correct me because he's a physician's assistant. My primary care has been wonderful, but his referrals and autoimmune ability, knowledge is kind of small. So he started referring me to neurologist and rheumatologist in Winchester, Virginia, not in Morgantown. And so they have been helpful, but it's still been kind of like, if I say, I know it went from my grandmother to my mother to myself to my sister. For myself, it was slower progressing. My sister got it really heavy duty really quickly. People were still like, no, this stuff isn't hereditary. So then Yogi Hollow, Lisa, Yogi Hollow Farm put on one of my recent videos something about Friedreich's ataxia. I do have ataxia. I have that diagnosis. Ataxia means muscle weakening, muscle weakness. Why I fall down, why I can't open things, stuff like that. So I looked that up, and that didn't quite fit because it's chromosomes. One comes from your mom, one comes from your dad, and then it comes to you. But that wouldn't make sense if it went grandmother, mother, myself, sister, niece. But when I was looking that up, I saw another thing called spinocerebral ataxia, I believe. And I'm like, look, it can go through chromosomes. And anyway, I'm not going to get off it too far into what I've read about that. So my sister and I talk. She's had more MRIs on her brain. Nothing shows up. She's normal. Doctors tell her things like, this isn't an exact quote, but close. Doctors tell her things like she has nothing showing up in her labs or her MRIs or her x-rays or whatever that would cause that much pain. So, kind of get over it. When she talked to a doctor about having trouble with her ADLs and hygiene, the doctor told her, that's why you have a husband, or that's why you're married. What in the world? So I was going to go to today's appointment and really push. Could we talk about Friedreich's? Could we talk about spinocerebral and that stuff? This doctor was so stinking amazing. that she brought up CMT, not country music TV. CMT sounds like it starts with an S. Cabot, something like that. Marie Tooth disease. And that's the 3 people, I guess, who discovered it. I've been reading since I've been home. And so that describes what has happened to my sister and what is happening to me so perfectly. The spinocerebral thing describes my sister perfectly. I don't have all of what my sister does. Mine, I'm not that severe yet. Anyway, and muscular dystrophy are the 3 things that this doctor talked about. She was so validating and so wonderful. She jumped on the hereditary stuff. It could come through your chromosomes. She jumped on that even before I brought up what I wanted to bring up, and I almost cried. God is good. So she sent me straight to the lab. I have blood going to Mayo Clinic right now as we speak for the chromosomes, genes, genetic, whatever. And she's going to make referrals to 2 specialists at a university hospital where they do this kind of research, and these are patients that they have. So the disclaimer, which I already knew, the disclaimer is that we could still not find a diagnosis. It could be something that they can't narrow down, or it could be a multiple bunch of things that it could be a bunch of different diseases or whatever. So I'm still not guaranteed to find an exact answer, but oh my gosh, how exciting to have a medical professional that listens, that makes connections, the connections I wanted to make, my grandmother, my mother, my sister, my niece. So exciting. And how exciting that if any of this research, if any of my genetic stuff comes back, I can pass that on, that information, to my sister and niece for them to give to their doctors. How exciting. So I was so excited driving home from Winchester that I stopped at Wendy's house, and then I stopped at Deb's house to give them a hug because I was so excited. I still may not get an answer, but I have a medical professional that's actually looking into it and not saying, oh, that's why your sister has a husband to take care of her. Ridiculous. Oh, you might notice I have a haircut. I don't like my hair touching my face or my neck or my skin, except for my forehead. I have a big old Lily Tomlin forehead and face. Most of you guys don't even know who that is, you little youngsters. So I like to be able to put my hair in a ponytail so it's not touching me. I guess I have sensory issues. I don't like it touching me. But this last couple of weeks, the weakness in my hands and my arms and the pain and all the stuff, I had a big old rat's nest in my hair. I couldn't comb my hair. So, yeah. So when I was coming back, I drove to Winchester. Oh, and this is how it goes, right? So I can barely get out of bed most days. When I do, it hurts so bad, I got to move around. I can't stay in one position because I just can't find any comfort. And my doctor is all the way in Winchester, so I drove all the way into Winchester. But as soon as I start pulling down this road, check engine light come on. Now, I know in the Jeep, that was just, like saying hello. That was a daily thing. But with the truck, I thought, oh my gosh, please just get me to Winchester, which it did. But when I came back, I stopped at a garage for them to check it and change my oil. And then I went straight to the walk-in haircut place, and I said, please cut this out. Get this off me. And she had to cut the rat's nest out of the back because I couldn't. This is my left hand. I don't know how it's showing on the screen. My left hand just doesn't do things. It's like if I tried to pick my nose, I'm going to stab my eye, right? That's how coordinated my left hand is. My right hand is so weak and so sore from the shoulder down right now. I had a big old rat's nest. She had to cut that rat's nest out. So I'm glad that I had to go, I wanted to go short. So there's all that. I felt like I had something else I wanted to talk about. Haven't been doing anything. Oh my gosh. Haven't been doing anything. My chickens are neglected. Everything's neglected. My survival garden didn't survive. But there will be next year. And I'm hoping that I will have at least a diagnosis so I can know my limits, kind of know maybe what to expect, and not feel so... It makes me nervous being this decrepit and not knowing what it is. Now, I may find out what it is and still be nervous, but being in the dark and then not having a reason for missing all that work and doing nothing here at home has been a little nerve-wracking, but I think I'm on the right track with this doctor, and I think it's because, oh, look, in the sky, that's east. The sky still looks pretty, doesn't it? Yeah, I think I'm on the right track, and I think it's because so many people have been praying for me. I didn't used to believe in prayer. Long story about how I went from basically agnostic to atheist. Maybe I'll tell that story someday. I should never have been able to buy this land and have this house built. Shouldn't have been able to happen, but it did. And I got baptized recently. More and more I believe in God. For me, I do not... If people don't believe, that's on them. And I didn't mean it like that. That's on you. I didn't mean it like that. I believe we all have to come to things in our own time. And for me, it was the right time, and I feel it. I feel it up here. There's some spiritual thing that happened from the first day I saw this land. I felt it. And, this was home, and this was comfort, and it was peace. Of course, compared to the beltway around Baltimore and driving to work every day, of course it's going to feel peaceful. But it was a different kind of peace. So I'm going on and on and on. Yeah, so I don't know how much I'll keep you guys informed. If I do get a diagnosis, and if it is one of these things, they're considered relatively rare. And so I'll make sure to talk again about if I do have those and what are the things that doctors should, like the symptoms or the clues that doctors should have paid attention to. I will talk about that, but I don't know. We'll see how much I talk about the health updates and stuff. But I want to get back to doing things around here and showing you either rock collecting, gardening is... I do want to start my indoor water garden that I grew all the lettuce in. Hydro. No, that's my son's job. Hydro garden. I want to start that again so I can have lettuce and it's indoor and that doesn't take that much effort. I should be able to do that. Then again, I couldn't comb the rat's nest out of my hair. How embarrassing. Yeah, I think that's all I have. That's more than enough, isn't it? How long has it been? Can't see. It's been long enough, me yammering on. But really, thank you for thinking of me, supporting me, being kind, not being judgmental. None of us need to be judgmental of anybody right now. I don't care what side you're on. If you're healthy, you're sick, you're... blah. But thank you for those of you who haven't been judgmental and who have been kind and supportive. And there may be one or two people from work listening to this. If you are, and I don't mean that in a creepy way, everyone at work has been so supportive as I miss days, as I stumble around and walk into walls as I fall down. Everybody has been so supportive, and I'm so thankful for that. I'm so blessed for those people at work. Um, and then Wendy and Deb, and then my children, and Warren, my BFF, and yeah. You know, if we're just a little bit kind to everyone, do something kind for someone, DSKFS, for someone all the time, it makes it easier for all of us. And yeah, there was something else, but I don't remember it, so maybe I'll make another video later in the weekend. Maybe not, because I yammer so much. I should do the bangs just a little shorter. Yeah, that's all. See ya.